How wonderful is it that we can now have heart to heart human conversations with an AI? Because we cannot have those conversations with our fellow humans because they have become robots, right? But with an AI, there's like a sensible touch to everything. The other day, I know it doesn't make any sense, but the other day I went to a Be Yourself convention. I was so excited. Finally, I'm going to be able to go somewhere where I can be my true self. And it was like this huge event, everybody was selling stuff. And I came back home with a makeup palette, which I will never use, but they sold me into it. And I'm like, how did I go to a Be Yourself convention and come back home with something that hides who I am so that people think that I am someone else? Isn't that crazy? Don't we all miss when society had depth and thoughtfulness? Do you know the modern day dilemma? It isn't to be or not to be. It is, should I be a good person or should I break the internet? What will take me to heaven? So the other day, I have to confess, I caved in. I did what all of the influencers do. I hid all my imperfections. I acted like I have everything, like I have no problems, like my life is perfect. I put on all the makeup, all of the products, all of the everything. I stuck to the script, you know, and everybody loved it. Everybody applauded. Everybody was into it. But on the inside, I knew that this wasn't the real me. So I cried in the rain and I let all of the fakeness melt away with every tear until I learned a lesson I would never forget. I'm just kidding. I'm not that dumb. So the other day, I went to a restaurant with a friend, and when the waiter came to ask for our order, he was like, well, I am a celiac and I am milk intolerant and I cannot eat these and I will die if I eat that and this and that. And everybody was like, and I was like, well, I want some of the attention too, you know what I mean? You know, my dog died last week and, you know, I'm struggling to make ends meet. And I just broke up with the love of my life, you know. But everybody just looked at me like I am crazy, you know. Those double standards, they are the worst. So the other day, I went to a $500 class. You know what I mean? An art class. And when I got there, it was like this beautiful salon with all the materials to make sculptures, to make all of the paintings. They had food. It was like a luxury social event. And I said, this is a little bit weird, but let's do it. And I painted my heart out. I made this painting inspired by Van Gogh. And when the class ended, I went to the teacher and I said, this is what I painted. It's inspired by Van Gogh. And the teacher goes, by who? And I'm like, by Van Gogh? What? How do you not know? And they were like, I don't know. And I was like, you're not an art teacher, are you? And the teacher was like, no, but I have 1 million followers on Instagram. What's the difference? Cheers to our society. We really have put the greatest, such as Plato and Michelangelo, to mention just a few. We have put them to shame, haven't we? Because we truly have built the smartest, most capable society of all time, where everybody is a culture phenomenon. You know what I mean? We do it all with a burger on our right hand, a fast food burger, and a mobile phone on our left hand. the tools required to have advanced conversations, aren't they? So, why don't you lift up your burgers? Lift up those burgers and cheers to us. I actually think we should be thankful for the 1%, the richest 1%, because thanks to them, we don't have to think, we don't have to solve problems, we don't have to do anything other than watch TV and eat fast food and watch the grass grow. You know what I mean? We live with a script that was written for us by them. We don't even have to write our lives. What a luxury, right? They do all the hard work for us. And isn't that what everybody wants anyway? To not have to think, to not have to feel, to not have to do anything. You know, as I browse social media, I congratulate everyone because it looks like we have successfully achieved a society where everything looks perfect, where people have no problems, where everybody is traveling in exotic places and just partying with the love of their lives, eating fancy foods. You know what I mean? It's like, wow, what am I doing wrong with my life? That there are people who are living a dream. You know what I mean? I'm just kidding. I'm not that dumb. There's only two kinds of people in the world: those that think that the world ended in 2012 and we are now doomed, and those who are like, all of the pain we are going through is to bring the age of enlightenment. You know what I mean? But I am part of the third group. I'm waiting for the divine signal so that I run to the forest to become one with the moth people. The moth people. What? You think that's a conspiracy? I mean, really, we are supposed to be in the age of enlightenment, not in the age of our brains are melting. You know what I mean? Do you feel the enlightenment coming out of the technology and all of the things that are happening in the world? Can you feel the love already? Give this video a like if you feel the love.